I shall not live to see the world you are shaping. But I know it will be a better one.
GameTrailers Game of the Year Awards 2013.
/ 2013 could be the oddest year yet in the peculiar realm of video games. The supercharged new consoles look forward, indie games continue to change the face of the industry, and Valve has things brewing that may change everyone's game plan. The Oculus Rift and Kickstarter are changing industry perspectives as well as economic realities. The glut of mobile and dread of DLC is made free, a word to be feared. These are turbulent and exciting times, represented by our selection for the Game of the Year. We've slimmed down our other categories to 4 nominees, but we've let 10 contenders into the ring to compete for the coveted Game of the Year award. It's cliched to say every game here is a winner, and there were other great games that didn't make it into this inner circle. Throughout the last 2 weeks, we've been showcasing our nominees with small tribute videos, acknowledging the qualities and accomplishments that make them stand out as excellent. We implore you to search out these videos and watch the reviews to better appreciate each nominee, but for now, let us recap the best that 2013 has to offer.
Real enough.
BIOSHOCK Infinite takes to the sky, giving an alternate history lesson and touching on the basics of quantum physics. In a swell of anachronisms and song, Infinite's baptism is beautiful and brutal.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
The Last of Us highlights the extraordinary talent of Naughty Dog. The end of the world slips away as a slow death rattle, a final gasp of breath exhaled over hard decades. Super Mario 3D World is proof positive you can't keep a good plumber down, even if he's wearing a catsuit. Nintendo must have cracked some cosmic code, baking the best of 2D and 3D Mario games into one grand adventure. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch is the love child of both whimsy and a heavy heart. The killer combo of Studio Ghibli and Level 5 delivers a magical tale, giving us that big HD JRPG we've been waiting for. Grand Theft Auto 5 takes the traditional route of making things bigger, in this case, much bigger. The map and story are so broad that there's room for 3 playable thugs to run amok. You'll even get a 4th perspective in the expansive GTA Online. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon kicks off a string of 3DS nominees that demonstrates the importance of gameplay and pure craftsmanship. A joyous career as a buster of ghosts goes way beyond this second stringer's ambitions and our own expectations.
Aww.
Fire Emblem Awakening is a small cartridge containing an entire world. The scale of the battles is only matched by the drama, and the 2 aspects are bridged by a sense of companionship. Relationships born on the battlefield will ultimately give rise to a new generation of warriors. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds has much more going on for it than being built on Hyrule's nostalgia. Like the best sequels, this particular Link simultaneously retains a sense of the classic and familiar, while radically rewriting some of the oldest traditions in the series' history. Pokémon X and Y is easy enough to see on a list like this. That's probably because, at long last, it's actually in 3D. Beyond that upgrade, X and Y once again revived the core tenet of PokeFever, the need to catch them all. With much of the busy work streamlined, it is truly a golden age for Poke trainers. Assassin's Creed 4, in spite of its pedigree, is something of a surprise. The series is never lacking for quality or quantity, but it's the salty sea air that seemingly vanquished any fatigue we felt for the series. The sum of its parts is considerable indeed, and the life of a pirate assassin is certainly not a dull one. While every game's strengths and weaknesses were debated for hours on end, the final tally was between Grand Theft Auto V, The Last of Us, and A Link Between Worlds. Arguments met with counter-arguments, the tiniest details and contradictions were logged, and we finally came to our answer.
And the winner is...
The Last of Us makes every moment count. The dozen hours spread through 4 seasons and across the United States in the company of Joel and Ellie are spent with meaning and purpose. The makeshift families and alliances are an uneasy mix of hopeful and poignant, stirring up thoughts of the unthinkable as the story expands. Survival isn't complicated and confrontation can sometimes be avoided, but simple touches like Joel's wavering aim reinforce the deliberate feel of the game's necessary violence. The Last of Us, more than any other game this year, convinced us that what we did actually mattered.
This make you all nostalgic?
You know, that is actually before my time. That is a winner, though.